Hey everyone, it's Jessa. I know there's been a lot of chatter lately about our family dynamics, and honestly, a lot of you have been asking me the same question. Is Jill finally back with the family? Well, today is January 11, 2026, and I want to address the viral news you've all seen. Seeing my sister Jill and my mom together in that recent video, it wasn't just a random moment, it was a milestone. For years, we've navigated some pretty heavy seasons privately, but what you saw on Joy, Anna's Reel, is the result of a lot of prayer and a lot of work. Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes of that emotional reunion, why it happened now, and what it really means for our family moving forward. This is the update you've been waiting for, and I'm sharing it from the heart. Let's start with the truth. For nearly a decade, my sister Jill's relationship with our parents has been under a microscope. We've all seen the headlines, the documentaries, and the books. As a sister, it hasn't always been easy to watch from the sidelines. There were years where the silence between Jill and the big house felt like a wall that would never come down. But as we stepped into 2026, something shifted. The Sisterhood Shield, the reunion you saw on Joy, Anna's Reel wasn't a PR stunt. It happened because we, the sisters, decided that our bond was more important than the drama. Joy, Anna, Jinger, and I have been working behind the scenes to create safe spaces for Jill and Mom to interact. Last month, we organized a massive girls' trip to Texas to support Jinger at a women's conference. That was the turning point. When Mom walked into that room and saw Jill, there weren't any cameras from a TV crew. It was just us. We spent hours talking, laughing, and yes, there were some tears. Establishing new boundaries. I've talked to Jill extensively about this, and she's very clear she is in a rebuilding phase. She isn't just ignoring the past, but she is choosing to prioritize the present. What makes this 2026 reunion so different from previous years is that Jill is engaging on her own terms. She has established healthy boundaries that Mom has started to respect. It's a mature adult relationship now, not the parent-child dynamic of 10 years ago. Jill told me, Jessa, I still don't see eye to eye with everything. But I have nothing but love for my mom. Seeing them together at the Christmas tree this year was a testament to that growth. The role of grandchildren power. You can't talk about this reunion without talking about the kids. With Jana about to have her first baby in Nebraska and me with baby Edward. The pull of the grandchildren is what finally broke the ice. My mom wants to be a grandmother to Jill's boys, and Jill wants her sons to know their grandmother. We've moved past the legalistic arguments and into a season of grace. When you see all 9 of us sisters together, from Jana all the way down to Josie, you're seeing a family that has decided to heal. Addressing the skeptics, I know some people think this is just for show. But I can tell you, as someone who was in the kitchen when the cameras weren't rolling, the laughter was real. We are navigating a very complicated path, and we aren't perfect. There are still hard conversations happening with my dad, Jim Bob, and those will take time. But the bridge between Jill and Michelle is officially open. It's a slow process, but as we stand here in January 2026, the Duggar girls are more united than they have been in a long, long time. We are choosing love over being right, and honestly, it's the most peaceful our family has felt in years. Tapa? No, I know what you're all thinking. We've seen the photos of my mom and Jill, and we've seen the sisters united. But where is my dad in all of this? This is probably the most asked question in my DMs right now. How does Jim Bob feel about Jill being back in the fold? The power shift in 2026 for a long time. My dad was the one who set the rules for who could come and go from the family home. We all know that. But as we enter 2026, there's been a quiet but significant shift in our family dynamics. My dad has taken a massive step back from the public eye. While my mom has become more active on social media again, my dad has chosen a life of near total privacy. When Jill started coming around more often this winter, especially for the big sister gatherings, my dad's reaction wasn't what people expected. There wasn't a big confrontation or a ban. Instead, there's been a quiet acceptance. He's realizing that his daughters are grown women with their own families, and if he wants to see his grandchildren, he has to respect the bridges my mom is building. It's not that all the past issues are resolved, far from it, but he is choosing to stay in the background and let the healing happen. The grandpa, vs. Authority, conflict. I've seen my dad with Jill's boys recently, and it's different now. In the past, everything was about authority and the rules. Now, I see him just trying to be a grandpa. He's older now, and I think seeing so many of us, especially Jana, moving away or starting new lives has made him realize that the family is changing. He didn't attend the Texas trip with the girls, and that was intentional. That was a women-only space for us to heal. But when we all gathered back at the house for the Christmas video joy, Anna posted, "He was there, just out of frame." He's giving Mom the space to be the mediator. It's been a huge lesson for all of us in patience. Jill and Dad still have a long way to go in terms of a one-on-one relationship, but the fact that they can be in the same house without tension is a miracle in itself. A new era of Grace people often paint my dad as the villain in the story, but it's more complicated than that. He's a man who is learning to let go. He's watched his family go through public scandals, legal battles, and internal heartbreaks. By January 2026, the Jim Bob Duggar the world knew from TV is different. He's quieter, he's more reflective. He knows that if he pushes too hard, he loses us. And he doesn't want to lose any more of his children. So while he might not be the one posting the reunion photos, he is allowing them to happen. And for our family, that all at once is the first step toward a total restoration. We're moving from a season of control to a season of grace. And even though it's slow, it's happening right before our eyes. All right, let's pivot a little bit. While family reunions are beautiful, there's been another journey happening right here in my own home that many of you have noticed. Since having Edward Owen in July 2025, my life has been a whirlwind of 6 kids, homeschooling, and honestly trying to find me again. Today, I want to be vulnerable about my health and why I've made some radical changes this January. The 15-pound transformation, consistency over perfection. If you look at my recent photos, you might see that I'm looking a bit leaner. I'm officially 15 pounds down from my peak postpartum weight. Now, I want to be clear, I am not a fan of bounce back culture. Everybody is different, but for me, at age 33 and after 6 children, I was feeling sluggish. The secret wasn't a fad diet. I actually hired an online personal trainer through Trainwell. Having someone in my ear telling me exactly what to do for 30 minutes while the kids are napping has been a game changer. I focus on functional strength training, a lot of squats and lunges, because carrying a toddler and a baby all day requires real muscle. I'm just 5 pounds away from my goal, but more importantly, I finally have the energy to keep up with Spurgeon, Henry, and the rest of the crew. Edward's health crisis. The 9, allergen sacrifice, the biggest motivator for my diet change wasn't actually weight loss. It was my sweet baby Edward. Around November, he started developing severe eczema and painful rashes all over his tiny body. It broke my heart. After several visits to specialists, we realized he was reacting to things in my breast milk. To keep nursing him, I had to make a massive sacrifice. I've cut out the top 9 allergens from my diet. That means no dairy, no eggs, no soy, no wheat, no peanuts, no tree nuts, no fish, no shellfish, and no sesame. It has been one of the hardest things I've ever done. I imagine making a big Duggar-style dinner for the family, and I'm sitting there with a plain chicken breast and steamed broccoli. But you know what? It worked. Within 2 weeks, Edward's skin cleared up completely. Seeing him happy and comfortable is worth every slice of pizza I've had to skip. Practical tips for busy moms in 2026. A lot of you ask how I manage the meal prep. My secret is simplicity. We've moved toward a very clean pantry, lots of organic fruits, sweet potatoes, and grass-fed meats. We've also switched Edward to 100% organic cotton clothing to prevent skin irritation. My message to you today is, your health is an investment for your family. Whether it's losing those last few pounds or changing your entire diet for your child's health, it's okay to put in the work. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present and healthy for the people who need you most. Edward is thriving now. I'm feeling stronger than ever, and we are taking this new year one healthy step at a time. Pop it? No, I have to talk about someone who is constantly on my mind and in our family group chat every single hour, my older sister, Jana. As I sit here in Arkansas, my heart is really in Lincoln, Nebraska right now. It is January 11, 2026, and we are officially on baby watch for the most anticipated Duggar baby of the year. Jana's transformation from big sister to mom to be for years, the world watched Jana serve our family, help raise us, and be the rock of the Duggar home. But seeing her now in her own home with Stephen Wisman is like seeing a different person. She has this peace and this glow that I've never seen before. Jana is just hours, maybe days, away from meeting her first baby boy, and tomorrow is her 36th birthday. We are all secretly hoping the baby arrives tomorrow on January 12th. Can you imagine a better birthday gift? Jana has been sending us photos of the nursery, and in true Jana fashion, it looks like it's straight out of a designer magazine. She's been in everything from the crib, bedding to the wall art, even while being 9 months pregnant. Life in Lincoln, why Nebraska suits her, a lot of people asked if Jana would be homesick moving so far away from the big house. But honestly, she is thriving, as Stephen is such a dedicated husband, and seeing the way he takes care of her during this final stretch of pregnancy is so sweet. She's embraced the Nebraska life, the wide, open spaces, the quiet winters, and being close to Stephen's family, the Wismans. She told me recently on FaceTime that even though she misses our big family dinners, she loves the quietness of her new life. She's building her own traditions now. She's gone from being the sister, mom, to being the queen of her own castle, and it's a transition she has handled with so much grace. The 40th grandchild milestone this birth is historic for our family. This little boy will be my parents' 40th grandchild. It feels like a full circle moment. Jana was the one who helped mom with so many of us, and now we are all ready to fly to Nebraska the moment we get the text. My bags are practically packed. We are so proud of her for waiting for the right man and the right time. She didn't rush into marriage or motherhood, and because of that, she is so ready for this. Jana, if you're watching this from your cozy living room in Lincoln, we love you. We are praying for a safe delivery, and we can't wait to meet our newest nephew. The countdown is officially ON. Papa, while we are all eyes on Jana in Nebraska, we can't forget her twin brother, John David, back here in Arkansas. It is truly a twin miracle, because both John and Jana are welcoming new babies this very same month, but for John, David, and his wife, Abbie, the road to this third baby has been paved with some very difficult days. Abbie's battle with HG, as many of you know. Abbie has faced a very public and painful struggle with hyperemesis gravidarum, HG, during all of her pregnancies. This third pregnancy has been no exception. There were several weeks this winter where Abbie was completely sidelined, dealing with severe dehydration and multiple hospital visits for IV fluids. It's been heartbreaking to see her go through so much physical pain while trying to care for Grace and Charlie. But Abbie is a warrior. She recently shared that despite the sickness, she feels an incredible peace knowing that a new little girl is joining their family any day now. A boy and a girl, what makes this January so special is the symmetry. Jana is expecting a boy and Abbie is expecting a girl. It's like a perfect mirror image of the twins themselves. John. David has been Abbie's absolute rock throughout this journey. Between his job as a pilot and being a dad, he has been doing everything to make sure Abbie can rest and recover as they wait for the big day. They've already picked out a name. Though they are keeping it a secret until the birth announcement, the bond of twins Jana and John, David, have always shared a unique bond. They were the only set of twins in our family for a long time. Now, becoming parents together in the same month of 2026 feels like a beautiful new chapter in that bond. They've been FaceTiming constantly, comparing nursery progress and talking about how crazy it is that their kids will grow up as cousin twins. As we sit here on January 11th, we are literally waiting for two different phones to ring. Whether it's Jana in Nebraska or Abbie here in Arkansas, our family is about to grow by two more precious souls. We are praying for Abbie's strength in these final hours and for a smooth delivery for both of these amazing women. While most of the focus has been on the new babies, we had a very special visitor recently that made the start of 2026 even more meaningful. My sister Jinger flew in from Los Angeles to spend some quality time with the family. For Jinger, coming back to Arkansas always carries a lot of weight, but this visit felt different. It wasn't about the past or the books. It was about being present for the future. Supporting the sisters Jinger's main goal for this trip was to see everyone before the baby cows truly begins. She spent a lot of time with Abbie, bringing her favorite comfort foods from LA and helping out with Grace and Charlie while Abbie rested. Jinger has been one of Abbie's biggest cheerleaders, especially knowing how hard the HG battle has been. She also spent hours on FaceTime with Jana in Nebraska, helping her pick out some final decorative touches for the nursery. Jinger's eye for style is something we all rely on. The Jill and Michelle connection, as I mentioned earlier, Jinger was actually one of the main bridges in helping Jill and Mom reconnect. During her stay, she hosted a small, private dinner where Mom and Jill were both present. It wasn't a big party, just a quiet evening of sharing stories and catching up. Jinger has a way of staying neutral and loving everyone exactly where they are. She told me that seeing the two of them laughing together again was the highlight of her entire year. She's so proud of the progress everyone is making toward healing. Reflections on change before she headed back to California, Jinger, and I sat down for a long talk. She remarked on how much the family has evolved. We aren't the same people we were on TV 10 years ago. We're all growing, changing, and finding our own voices. Jinger mentioned how happy she is to see Jana finally living her dream in Nebraska and me finding my rhythm with 6 kids. She left Arkansas feeling encouraged, and her visit reminded us all that no matter how far apart we live, the bond between the sisters is unbreakable. 2026 is truly proving to be a year of restoration for the Duggars. As we wrap up this deep dive into the lives of the Duggar family today, January 11, 2026, it's clear that we are witnessing a historic turning point. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the incredible news of Jill and Michelle's reunion to Jessa's inspiring health journey, and the dual baby countdown for Jana and Abbie. The power of family, if there is one thing we've learned from the Duggars this year, it's that no matter how public the drama or how deep the wounds, there is always room for a new beginning. Seeing the 9 sisters stand together for the first time in years isn't just a viral moment. It's a message to all of us that family is worth fighting for. Whether it's Jana starting her life in Nebraska or Jessa making sacrifices for baby Edward's health, these women are showing us what strength and resilience really look like. Final thoughts, we are just hours away from Jana's 36th birthday and the potential arrival of grandchild number 40. The excitement in the family is at an all-time high. And we will be right here to bring you the first photos and the official birth announcements the second they drop. Thank you for spending these 40 minutes with me today. Your support and your comments mean the world to us. This channel is a community where we celebrate growth, healing, and new life. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the big reveal we're all waiting for. From our family to yours, keep choosing love and keep moving forward. I'm Jessa Seewald, and I'll see you in the next update. Bye for now.